Hey, what's up everybody? Time for another community craft, and this time we're going to do something a little different. This is an alternative item that I have recommended in the build guide, but I didn't show exactly how I would craft it. So if you know about the Forbidden Rite build, both cast on crit and self-cast, basically best in slot for approachability, overall quality of life is a Crown of the Inward Eye, corrupted to have +1 max power charges. Since we are a power charge stacking build, that is what we like to do. We like more power charges for more crit, more damage, etc. However, as you can actually see in the background right now, I have corrupted many of these helmets, nearly 200 in total this league, and I've only hit +1 max power charges once. That is actually incredibly unlucky. They're all equally weighted. But if you want an alternative that is very easy to craft, very budget to do, currently the Crown of the Inward Eye with the +1 power charges is 60+ exalts, even without the helm enchant. But this is a very easy craft that we can do for much less than 20 exalts. I crafted this one today for about 12 exalts, and this was actually not the ideal craft. We could have done this a little bit cheaper if I did it perfectly. So yeah, this is a spectacular alternative to the point where you don't even need an enchanted base. You can just start off with a non-enchanted base, and if you have a lab runner friend or you're willing to do the lab runs yourself, you can enchant it a little bit later. So what we're going to be doing today is crafting a double influenced Warlord Hunter helmet that has the +1 max power charges from Warlord, and the elevated nearby enemies have -12 chaos resistance from the Hunter. It actually can give you a little bit more damage than a Crown of the Inward Eye, but it does lose a good chunk of survivability due to the lack of the over 1,000 armor from the Crown. So yeah, without further preamble, let's get over to it. However, if you're not able to get that, I bought this base. It's an eye level 84. 85 would be ideal, but we can get away with 84 because of the Awakener's Orb. Let's just put the 85 onto the 84 base. Already has the enchant. Bought this for 3 exalts this morning. We're going to start with this as our base. Put Warlord on this one, and I put Hunter on the other one. The other nice thing about this craft is we only have to elevate one. Elevated power charge does nothing. So we're just going to elevate the chaos res, and then we'll get together with +1 power charge, and then easy peasy. So that is the plan today. We have one helmet, and then the other helmet can be anything. We just need an eye level 85 helmet. I think what we're going to do is just throw aberrant fossils at it and try to hit 2 mods. Item level 85, Hunter Influence, non-unique, and corrupted no. And helmet. Let's actually see what the best case is here. So the plan here is on a helmet. We want to hit nearby enemies. And let's just do fossil. Compute best selection, say max 2. It's of course it's so aberrant and metallic actually.
Crossbow?
Is Fear tries aberrant and deft, or aberrant metallic. We can do those. All right, Orb of Dominance, cross our fingers. F. What's it got for triples? What's the best triple here? Aberrant, Frigid, Scorched. All right, let's do this. It's like unforgiving in one of those ways that, like, yeah, I guess I technically learned. I learned something, right? It's got too many. There we go. Cross our fingers. Oh, thank God. All right. There we go. What was that? 3 Orbs of Dominance? Here, I'll write this down.
Oh,
Helm base.
Pew, pew, pew.
3x. 3 Orbs of Dominance. How much are these right now? I think they were 2x last time I looked. Yeah. 2x. So that's 6x. I think Awakener's Orb's only 1x. 1.5, sure. Woke Orb, 1.5x. And let's just say fossils. I'll just say 1x on the fossils. I think that'll be fair. All right. And now I have a bunch. You should be able to unstack these. Or pull the fossils out. Because it's just... Never going to use this again. All right. Now this one. We need to do a few things. So first off, I'm going to hit it with perfect fossils. Just get that out of the way. Let me see if I got one. Boom. 28% is pretty good. The owner can always finish it with a hillock in fortification to go to 30%. We're going to Warlord Slam this, right? Because we want to hit +1 power charges. To give us the best odds on doing this, there's not much that we can do, but we do want to fill the suffixes because I don't think there's no blocking that we can do whatsoever, right? So if we look at Warlord prefixes, right? No blocking, nothing. But, I mean, we could fill the suffixes and craft Fizz taken as. That'll be the best. All right, we'll do that. Just to give it the best odds. Full suffixes, craft Fizz taken as prefix. A little bit easier. Full suffixes, all right?
When I'm ready and not before.
And then this just gives us the best odds, right? We can mouse over this, see that we can craft something to block this one. And then it's still low odds, right? It's still 125 out of 2750, but, or 2725. And maybe we hit power charges right now. No, we got increased elemental damage. So basically all we're gonna do now is, I mean, just spam it, honestly, until we get +1 power charges. Because it's just like, it's not even worth setting up fossils at this point, right? I'm just going to spam like all of my low tier essences, whatever, till we hit power charges. You can also, I'll maybe do some alteration as well. So what I'm doing here is I'm just spamming the mid tier essences that you can see that are honestly worth nothing, significantly less than a chaos each. And we can just kind of throw them, see if we can hit a mod. Really nice to just kind of spam for a certain thing. If you don't augment, then you are like, it's really, really bad not to augment. So I'm looking at the left word here, right? And when I see the word hubris, since I'm looking for a prefix, right? If I see the word hubris as the first word, then I know that it's time to augment. And so I'm not looking at like whether there's a prefix or a suffix, just, you know, I see whether there's a prefix based on the name of the item. But the scary thing is if we have of the conquest when we hit the +1 power charge, in that case, what I'm going to do, because we only want one mod, right? In that case, what I'll do is I will regal, and then I will do a suffix to prefix beastcraft with the ferric. I think I always get them messed up. The ferric alpha. One's the lynx, one's the wolf. The ferric alpha, remove a suffix and add a prefix, and then, you know, low chance of it being another warlord mod, right? And then that'll be the easiest way to like guarantee that we don't have 2 mods. Just hit the mod. Come on, forehead. Just hit. Come on, where's my power charge? Game, you owe me this. You owe me this, Christopher Wilson. I end up spamming about 600 alterations. Easily could have gone a lot more. It's about 800 to 900 alterations per exalt right now, so we didn't really spend that much. I am a little bit guilty of doing the old, what I call rage crafting sometimes. This process of alteration into augment, being very careful, reading everything, can be very tedious and frustrating. Honestly, my real recommendation is just have bases, right? I don't really like forcing crafts. I will always recommend just have bases to throw into random harvest reforges. Take your time going for crafts. You can have multiple bases and always just be throwing those into those harvest reforges. And then in that case, you can actually craft multiple items simultaneously. You know, when I'm doing something for content here, I'm just trying to do something in a single session. So in this situation, I just spammed about 600 alterations. I got a little frustrated and I went over to the Chaos Orb, which is really nice because with a Chaos Orb, it has a chance of hitting 2 or 3 prefixes and it's just so much faster than just alteration augmenting, right? So I did this, and then you can see what happens. All right, we're doing this. Truly, The ultimate in crafting. I don't know why anyone would do it any other way. You know, the ideal, right, is if we double check on Craft of Exile, we can see it only requires eye level 75 for the power charges, whereas it's 85 for the nearby enemies, right? So the ideal situation is you have an eye level 85 hubris circlet, because this is way easier to hit too. This is the easy craft. You're going to get it in just a handful of exalts. This one, it's such low weighting, right? Like 125 weight, 0.194% on the prefix. Ooh, that's bad, right? You know, as you saw, this can be pretty painful. We ended up using about 600 alterations, about 1 exalt to hit this, which isn't bad, right? Full total crafting, power charge, 1 exalt. And let's see what we get. And we're done. We're actually just done after this. There isn't anything else that we can do, really. The reason for that is, and this is one of the unfortunate things, these crafts are risky as hell. These crafts are scary. Because we're putting together a suffix and a prefix. Let's make sure there's only one on here. There is. We're putting together a suffix and a prefix. Once those things are combined, right, you generally want to think about crafting as suffix first or prefix first and then work on the other side, right? Because you can use the meta mods to protect the other side when you're doing reforges or whatever, or Eldritch Currency, anything, right? Once we work together a prefix and a suffix, we can no longer do that. There is very, very little we can do once those are together. Literally like 100 times a league, people link me items like, look at this sick thing that I hit, right? Like they'll have a bow that has, you know, Ellie pen and +2 arrow or something. They're like, how do I finish this craft? And I say, pick one. You know, you're gonna keep the plus arrows, right? So you're gonna do suffixes can't be changed, reforge something, and hope you don't lose. You know, hope you hit something good on the suffixes, right? Like the way that you craft, you can't protect both without like, unless you multi-mod, and then in that situation, like, you know, you got 3 mods filled up with your meta mods, right? So once we work this together, basically once we do this, it is what it is. So yeah, cross our fingers and hope we hit something good. That's all we can do right now. So we're using Awakener's Orb. With the Awakener's Orb, we first click on the base that we are deleting, and then we go over to the base that we are keeping. So we click on this, and then we click on this. Oh, that's not bad. That's not bad at all. You know, the fire res sucks, but hitting a T2 res, very usable, right? The prefixes, right? Probably want to craft either increaser or, I don't know if you want to craft increaser or flat, but then you just like do an aug defense, and there we go. We'll keep it with the 69. And then hope you hit something good, right? There we go. And there's the helmet. A budget alternative, right? So our total cost here was, let's see, 2, 5, 11, just roughly 12 exalts, right? Roughly 12x to get this versus a, you know, a +1 power charge for Rite helmet is just like ridiculous, right? On a Crown of the Inward Eye is 85x right now, right? So really, really nice budget alternative. Yeah. Super competitive helmet that you can craft for easily less than 20 exalts that holds its own against the Crown of the Inward Eye. All right, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed another community craft. A little bit of a throwback to a traditional double influenced helmet with a little bit of an elevation in there. So if you're looking for something that's a nice alternative, if you're playing Forbidden Rite, whether self-cast or cast on crit, this is a great helmet that you can put together. Or if you're looking to just get into your first Woke Orb, this is a great introduction to that. As always, thanks to the patrons. Thanks to all of you for watching. Thank you for subscribing, and I'll see y'all tomorrow. Goodbye.